Are you going with Giannis or Embiid?
Well, these are two great choices, but I think I'm going to lean towards Giannis, Skip, for the simple fact Joel Embiid's size and his injury history. He missed his first 2 years in the league, and, it's hard for him to play these back-to-back nights. They've been having him on a load management schedule.
Yep.
But when I look at Giannis and what he did last night, Skip, if I'm not mistaken, he probably sold up the MVP with that performance last night.
Could have.
James Harden's been unbelievable. Now, I still like James Harden for the MVP. But watching Giannis, watching that ball game, he was special. He was special. And down the stretch, he was even better than he was in the beginning of the game. Here's the guys, 27, 12, 6, 2, and 2. He's playing both ends of the court.
You're talking about for the year.
For the year.
Yeah.
Giannis, he might be, Skip, when we talk about these two-way players, we always throw Kawhi, we throw Paul George out there. He's in that category now. He might be, I don't know if he's the on-ball defender that Kawhi and Paul George is, but his defensive prowess around the rim. He blocked Joel Embiid 4 times last night.
A couple of them were from the side.
Right. But he blocked that dunk. He blocked that dunk. And
I think he fooled him on that. Joel wasn't quite ready for that.
And the thing is, he's shooting 31% from the All-Star break. That's up, Skip. But if he can get his three-point shot, if he can knock it down at about a 35% rate, I don't know how you stop him. Because the guy can take 2 dribbles from half court.
He's not there yet.
Yeah, but Skip, he made enough of them. And now he's getting good from the free throw line, 16 to 21, Skip. So how do you stop him? I mean, he was 45, 15. What do you have? 45, 13, and 6 with 5 blocks and 0 turnovers? Oh, nah, Skip. I don't know what you do with that.
I know what I did with it last night. How about 34, 13, and 13 from Joel Embiid?
And took that L.
13 assists?
And guess who came to my restaurant?
That's like Wilt-like.
Guess who came to my restaurant?
Well.
It was back open?
Yeah, right. No, just temporarily. Only Giannis came in.
Only Giannis. Good to know.
What was most special to me last night was just having the privilege of watching these two go at it, because it was big time.
And they were going at it.
They were going at it, and I know it's just late season and it doesn't matter that much.
But there was a game.
But this was a game. These were the two new beasts of the East.
Yes.
And they were saying, can you top this? Yes, I can top this. Can you top that? And they went back and forth and back and forth. And I do think Joel ran out of gas a little bit because, to your injury point, he had missed 12 of the last 20 games. So he'd just come back from missing the last 3. So you got to give him a little bit of break, because I just don't know how his shape and his wind is at this point, right?
And sometimes, Skip, what also concerns me about him, he falls in love with the 3. He took 9 again last night.
He is making 32% for his career, which is not terrible.
Yeah, the dude's 7'1", 7'2", 300. Get on the block.
Okay, so I've said this from the start, and I'm sticking with it. I am taking Joel Embiid for the long haul. And I'll tell you why. And again, if you get me on the injury, you get me on the injury. I don't know. They have babied him and tried to protect him, and they're doing okay with it. And remember, he's only played 3 seasons now. Giannis has played 6 years.
Yes.
Okay, so you got me on experience. But if I look at what's happened so far between these two statistically, Embiid is not a good free throw shooter. He's a really good free throw shooter. So he's a little better free throw shooter. It's now it's 79 to 74 for their career. Joel is 81% this year. We'll see. LeBron is 66.
Skip, this is not a LeBron topic.
66, and the big fellas make it 81% of his free throws. If we're looking at three-point, Embiid is clearly the better three-point shooter so far. Rebounds, Joel Embiid is a better rebounder. Block shots, he just blocks more shots than Giannis does. He just does. Career blocks. He's right up at 2. It's 1.9 to 1.3, and that's a big gap.
27,
okay,
12 and a half, and 6.
I got
that's
you.
What he
I got you.
Year.
But listen, Joel Embiid, for his size and strength, as a mid-range lane jump shooter, he made a couple last night, like fall-away jump shots from 8 or 9 feet.
That's my point.
Okay, but I'd say, how can you do that at your size with that kind of touch and follow-through?
Oh, he's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
He might be the closest thing. He's bigger than Elijah Wan, but his footwork reminds you a lot of Elijah Wan.
Now I'm going to the intangibles. There's something about Giannis I don't love. Like, he's not quite sure of himself. It's all like new to him. Do I belong in America? He's talked about, can I be the face of American basketball? Yep, I still got that. Okay. I still get the vibe.
He ain't going to be the face.
Hey.
But he's going to be the MVP.
Okay, well, that's fine. But give me Joel Embiid's confidence.
You like
he
that
has
swag.
supreme swagger. He is not a good. He is a great trash talker, and he took pleasure and he took credit after the game for getting little Bledsoe ejected because he just got under his skin. And he said, "That's the second time I've got the best player on the other, not the best player, but one of the best players get him ejected." So he loved it, and Bledsoe went off, man. He just lost it.
But that's not a good thing, Joel Embiid. You got Bledsoe ejected, and y'all still took the L. And they had no Mirotic, and they had no Brogdon. So what you think is going to happen if they get them in the playoffs? And again, Giannis put that thing on Ben Simmons. Because you remember
We're not talking about Ben Simmons.
You remember last time? You remember what happened last time? He told me he dunked on him, so he was soft. You didn't want none of me.
2 years ago, I had Philly insider, Sixers insider, tell me that the organization believes that long-term Ben Simmons will be better than Joel Embiid. Wrong.
No,
Wrong. Nope. Joel is made of the right stuff, tough stuff, backbone stuff. He's got basketball hardcore intangibles. He is not afraid, and I don't know what Ben Simmons is.
You can't stop. I mean, dude's 7'1", 300 pounds. And he got post move. He can, like you say, he can shoot the middle of mid-range. He does have three-point range, although I believe he falls in love with it too much. He can knock down 80% of his free throws. Fundamentally, I mean, he plays both ends.
Yep.
And he's probably the last of the true big. He's a true five.
He is true.
He's a true five. All these other stretches.
Okay, so now we find out because Giannis has not distinguished himself in the postseason yet either.
And he's 24. He's not that little skinny teenager from Greece. Skip. He's not that anymore.
Okay. Well, Joel Embiid is just entering his third year of the playoffs. So let's see what happens because it's time for him to rise and shine. And again, let's see who takes over in the postseason. I'm going to give Joel a better shot.
Skip that. Well, here's the thing. The Bucks have far much more talent. I mean, Jimmy didn't play, so it's going to be very interesting because they had Joel Embiid trying to guard Giannis, and he was just back in the lane, kind of like they do Trey Jones or Duke, Skip. Remember, they like up under the basket, like, you can't make that.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting. So Jimmy Butler probably would guard Giannis if they were to meet in the playoffs.
Okay, but I can't. That's a fair point. But Mike Scott did play, and he put up he had his career game, and that didn't even do it. So, But again, will Jimmy Butler help in the post? Yes, he will. Yeah.
If anything, that game was just made you excited for what's to come, right?
But Skip, you can't look. Ben Simmons put up 5 shots. Ben Simmons had 6 points. What you gonna do? Come on now, you got to get more than that out of him. J.J. Redick gave you 29. Joel Embiid gave you 34. Mike Scott gave you 22. Okay, Tobias had an off night. They only gave you 13. But you got to get more points than Ben Simmons than this.
He did have 13 assists, so you got to give him that.
I need no score. I need to put the ball in the basket.
I'm
Giannis
not sure
has
that's what he
played
does.
over 300 more games, though, than Joel.
300.
Wow.
And he's younger.
Wow.
And he's just a little younger.
24, Embiid.
I don't know, Skip.
He must be a slow learner.
I don't know. Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that. I don't know, Skip.
It's taking a long time.
I might have found my LeBron replacement. I might have found my
Is this your guy now?
I might have found him.
Really?
I don't know.
Are you just
I'm gonna
looking
be
at him?
watching. I'm
Looking
gonna
into his
be watching the playoffs real closely.
The new king of the East?
He might be the new king of the NBA.
Can we give him Prince?
He might be. Look, I got to start looking for guys.
I realize that. I
gotta
see that. I think we just found our new guy, didn't we?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. You need to get a little bit more swag.
Huh.
A little more swag.
Like LeBron, LeBron got that swag.
Sometimes